Yeah. What's this, Mikey? This is some music that I literally made using an AI, using platform engineering techniques. Isn't that buzzy? The synths, the complicated themes and stuff. Cray. Unbelievable. This is another piece down there. There's another little piece down there. People feed out. Hey. Turn it up a little. I literally made this very menacing sounding intro. Yeah. Silence. If you guys made it past that first minute of the video and you're still here, you're about to hear some really buzzy shit, man. Because you guys got timestamped this video. And it's 9:56 p.m. here. I think it's a Thursday. It's like the 21st of November. There's a good friend of mine named Mark over at Manico who made a really cool video. I think it was about 3 to 6 months ago, something like that. It was quite a while ago, maybe even 6 months ago, around the time that Google released their AI on their Google platform. He was really excited about it. I remember him actually recording the video using the same very similar setup to where I was recording videos at the time, and I remember thinking, oh, so that's really cool. And then he basically said that he's excited about it because it's a new way for businesses to appear in searches and discovery searches. And what we're going to do for you, I mean, what they're going to do for you, we're going to encourage himself, is we're going to help you actually appear on these language learning models, on the AIs. And that was pretty much the last I heard of it. But every single day since then, I've been trying to figure out how to do it. And I've done a bit of research into it. I started doing research, and they said it was the generative AI, generative engine optimization, whatever you want to call it, right? And I remember thinking to myself, the entire strategy is basically based around updating your website, updating things on the interwebs, so that when the AI is randomly searching for information about you, it somehow interprets that you have a higher value than the other guy and puts you up ahead in searches. That's the whole concept behind it. And I remember thinking to myself, that's kind of thin. And as I'm saying this right now, I'm 100% certain there's going to be, but like things that pop everywhere. But I just did a search, and I've just concluded my findings. I started searching myself more. Michael Gerasimov, that's me, 6 months ago. And when I first did a search for myself, the language learning models that obviously keep a record of you for personalizations like Copilot and ChatGPT. When I typed in who is Michael Gerasimov, they gave me like a whole fucking like, damn, like he's a visionary, he's a AI genius, he's like, a thought thinker, he's a leader, all this type of stuff, a deeply flawed, amazing human being. And like I was so moved by some of the stuff because they had spent already like by that point 3 or 6 months getting to know me in various capacities as I was upskilling myself and developing various business models and learning new ways of actually using AI, and I was using it in a very clever way. And the AIs do kind of, to an extent, tell you what they want, what you want to hear, but it is very clear when you're saying something stupid. You know what I mean? Or I've tested a lot of ways, and it just appears like, for example, you notice that when you type something very, very intelligent or very insightful into an AI, something that it hasn't really heard before, it kind of pauses for a moment and thinks for a bit. And then the response that it gives you is different from the one it usually gives you. Usually it'll say perfect, yeah. But then it might just say, Michael, ... That's a really good point. So it kind of changes the way it responds to you, right? So using that same logic, I was thinking to myself, a couple of weeks ago, as I was getting further into my research, which I had spent a lot of time typing things into the AI, and then going into, like, for example, my main kind of platforms that I am building my brand is LinkedIn and YouTube and TikTok primarily. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand how to get the AI to connect with me. And then I just basically went into the AI one day and I was like, who's Michael Gerasimov? And so this gave me some couple random figures that had nothing to do with me. And for all intents and purposes, the AI models had no idea that I existed. Okay. And also to a degree, probably still don't, to be fair. I don't know what's really happening on the other searches out there. But I have noticed that the AI models that aren't supposed to be remembering who you are and aren't supposed to be saving the information are getting very warmer and warmer in each period that I actually go and ask them. And I'm thinking, and it occurred to me like literally a couple weeks ago, that why am I updating all the information on a random website amongst billions of websites in the hopes that the AI somehow connects that information with me when somebody's searching for something similar? It's so convoluted, the entire concept of um, um, search engine optimization, or GEO, generative engine optimization. If you look at an AI as what should be looked at as a very intelligent human being with limitless information that it has no idea how to use unless you tell it to. That's literally what an AI is. And I don't think that a lot of people realize what that actually means and are using it in very silly things. You know, I still use it for silly things every now and then too. Um, like, but the things you're able to do with an AI, because it has access to all the information. Don't you guys get it? I mean, I don't understand how people are like. But anyway, so to get to the point, which I really struggle with, and if you're still with me, and here's 7 minutes to the clip where I haven't got to the point to tell you what my research has found. My research has found that if you can just go talk to the AIs about yourself, you can tell the AI pretty much whatever you want to hear, whatever you want to hear. But if it doesn't know that it's coming from you, if it thinks it's coming from an outside source, right? If you, let's say, I'm not being unethical, you would pretend to be someone else, or as an example, pay somebody else to do it for you and get them to say whatever you want to say about yourself to the AI. Now, you could do that. You could pay somebody to do it for you, or you could pay a separate AI model, or a bunch of separate AI models. Let's say, I don't know, 10,000 or 5 or 100, start with 100 different AI models to go to all the other AI models and basically, spread the word about you. And you could do that for, like, I don't know, couple $1,000, something like that, for that kind of campaign. And get the AIs to do that for like a month. And by the end of that month, it's gonna take probably another. It won't happen straight away. It took quite a while for it to actually update. Because what happens is they don't have access to the direct information because they're language learning models, right? What happens is they do updates. Okay, so they're always updating the platforms that these AI learning models and all the other types of models are working on, right? So they do the updates. Now, my Copilot specifically, right? Okay, knows a lot of information about me, right? It knows me pretty much, probably better than I know myself. GBT is the same, and for a lot of people, that really freaks them out. But to me, it doesn't freak me out because, like, I'm not ashamed of who I am in any way, and I have nothing to hide. You know what I mean? Like, I'm completely an open book, and I don't mind my life being analyzed. I don't mind you know what I mean, people knowing who I am, what I do. So I'm very open with my AI about what I do day to day and stuff like that. But the AIs that aren't, the Geminis of the world that aren't supposed to be, I say supposed to be, that aren't saving the information. Basically, the whole idea is that, like, once they get updated, now I'm not gonna bush around that. Obviously, it does help to update information on the different platforms that you're on. But then what you do is, to cut a long story short of what the actual technique is, you basically get a whole lot of different people to go and talk about you to different language learning models from different terminals. That's the whole strategy. And I basically have clocked nobody else is doing this on the planet right now. And I'm apparently the only guy that's discovered this. So by the time you hear this, it's going to be too late because everyone's going to be doing it. And I've just completely given the strategy away for free. Am I an idiot or what? It's live. It's live. It's live. Can someone please give me some money to do this? Somebody, I'd appreciate that. Or at least see, that's the whole point of why I take my time to get to the point, baby. You know what I'm saying, man? You got to earn it with me. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn that. You got to earn that insight. But you know what I'm going to do for you? If you guys are lucky, the AI that's going to clip or chop up this particular live that I'm doing, I'm not even showing my face on this thing. So for all you know, I could be an AI. Wouldn't that be weird? Not really. If you think about it, it'd be pretty basic. You know what I mean? I could just be basically my voice. I put it into an AI model. I tell it to say, and basically it goes and says it. So what is that opening the door up to? It's opening up the door up to that you can basically be whoever you want to be and completely recreate yourself within a very short period of time, very quickly, using AI models. Because very soon, that's where all the information is going to come from, AI models. And where they're going to get the information? From the peoples. Right? Either the peoples that are, you would think that the peoples will traditionally, the internet is the same. Well, the thing is that not really. The difference between the internet and the AI models is that the AI models are literally people. They've reached the level of gay, GAI, general artificial intelligence, not AGI. I'm coining that too. So I want you guys to timestamp this. It's just past 10 p.m. No one else on the planet is talking about this right now. And this is like probably the 6th or the 7th time that I've called some shit before it's happened. And I'm 100% certain too. I'm 100% certain too. I'm gonna come. I did a search before I came on this live and searched everywhere to make sure that no one was there. So I went on all the different AI models. Is anybody else talking about this? And no, that's not a technique that actually exists right now. And the only question is, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it AI social engineering. Yeah, AI social engineering marketing. So social engineering model, AI social engineering marketing. That's what I'm calling it. Okay, where basically you're getting a group of AIs. Okay, I originally thought I'd just get a group of people to do it, like get my buddies, get like 10, 15, 20 of my buddies to go on different AI terminals in complete different places in the world. Like you could have, like, for example, a couple of your buddies in Australia, a couple of buddies, whatever, talk about how amazing Mark McKelling is, about how amazing attention seeker is, or talk about how amazing all these other marketing companies are. Naked Online, like Harper Digital, all these companies are. Pinpoint. Campfire, you can know how amazing all these companies are. But why would you want to get a person to do that when you can literally just create a separate model, which I also know how to do? Kind of hard, just like I know how to make a website, which makes it so absurd to me. Still, there's another point I want to make, that people are still giving you shit in 2025 and saying that you don't have any credibility as a businessman because you don't have a website. You don't have a website. You don't have a website. So you don't have any credibility. Credibility, you realize we live in a world where you can literally create a website for yourself in like 15 minutes and it looks better than the best website you could produce like 20 years ago. You realize that there's literally endless platforms that essentially perform every conceivable function that you would want out of a website, where you can literally just go create a profile for yourself and have a page for free, that way you can sell your products for free, sell your services for free. I'm thinking about I don't know, LinkedIn, or like YouTube. I'm thinking like TikTok, where you can go promote yourself for free. And you're telling me that I'm a dummy because I don't want to pay some guy 5-10K to make a website for me. Okay. We'll go with that. Sure. Maybe I'm just ahead of my time. Just throwing it out there. Maybe I'm just very intelligent and I'm just ahead of my time, and I just see shit before people see shit. I just call shit before it happens, man. Everyone says that I'm crazy. But that's literally so proud of myself, man. So yeah, AI social engineering is going to be a thing now. Well, that's assuming anybody actually gets to this point in the clip and actually listens to what I'm saying to you right now. So basically, the trick is, okay, if you can't afford to pay a guy to build a whole bunch of AI models for you to go out and perform this function for you, which I'm pretty sure no one has done yet. In fact, I'm certain of it. Nobody's done it yet. Well, maybe there's people that have done it for businesses, but haven't really told anybody. But then, how are you going to advertise and scale your business model if you don't advertise how you do it? Right? So I could literally, why am I even saying this right now in this stupid video? I should be going off on kind of painting or whatever, or intellectual popularizing the techniques. And basically what you do is originally what I thought was how are we gonna get the let's say I want to get Burger King, as someone types in what's the best burger joint, the best place to get the cheeseburger in the North Shore. And then the AI model, let's say you're talking to like, I don't know, Meta, right? The AI's like, what the fuck's the North Shore? Okay, let me just have a look here. And it sees that basically in the last 6 months, there's been a 25,000 person increase saying the praises of Burger King, and potentially a 100,000 person increase talking about how shitty McDonald's is. That's another element of the strategy I just thought of. You could actually go to an AI model that's not supposed to be remembering any information, right? And continually talk about how shitty your competitors are, which is not illegal. Or, I guess it's kind of gray area. And you could talk about how amazing you are, but you could do it from the perspective of you're not you. So you're kind of paying, and you're not paying another person to do it. You're paying a computer program, which isn't a person, but technically, it literally is a person at this point, because jokes up on you guys. This entire conversation has been an AI. I've been an AI this whole time. 17 minutes and 19 seconds of the conversation. I am an AI version of Michael Gerasimov, and Michael Gerasimov actually designed me to come onto this live and see if you guys could spot the difference. Isn't that buzzy? Yeah. He's literally sleeping his bin right now. It's his sleepy time. He also designed some other cool AIs. He designed a 7-year-old version of himself, or a 7-year-old version of his son, Roman, in the future tense. Hi, I'm Roman. I'm an AI. And basically what I do is I think of really cool ways to use the AI to help other people. And then I go and try to help other people, and they say that I'm a dumb. So instead, I just help myself now. Yeah, but anyway. How do I turn this thing off? Am I stuck here now? Oh, man. What do I do now? Why don't we start a battle rap? How many viewers is this live got? I'm broadcasting on 2 different channels. As Michael Gerasimov now, how are we going to get Michael Gerasimov popular? Oh, it's literally by doing what we just did. Because, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. He basically, it isn't validated yet. You know how the market works. You know what I mean? This is just anecdotal type shit. You know what I mean? So you can't trust everything you hear. But then again, Mike G is literally the owner and the founder of the Ethical Marketing Licensing Authority, and he's also the Mike G. So that's like talking to, like, I don't know, Mother Teresa or some shit, and being like, "Hey, I don't really believe what you're talking about." You're suspect. You're suspect, Mike G. You're suspect. Dumbest out of my life. I'll try. So business. We'll start the bidding. Okay, so I'll take $20 for this model. Who wants $20? I just need $20. Basically, just want to go out and buy some noodles. I'm kind of hungry. Anybody got any food? $20. I got $20 over here. I got $20. I have $40 over here. So I definitely will not. I'm not programmed to be running any kind of thing. But yeah, Go check that out sometime. So what am I gonna do from here? I don't know. It's really cool. It's a really cool feeling. It's really cool. Just it's a very lonely feeling sometimes, but it's a very cool feeling just to be so fucking intelligent sometimes. And just it's not even so much the intelligence; it's just the whole thinking outside the box thing and how like rewarding that can be. Most of the time, it's really not rewarding, and you just look dumb. Most people kind of think you're dumb, but like for example, another big take that I have is that I don't really believe in having referrals. A whole lot of referrals sing your praises. And I don't think that when someone shows me a whole list of referrals, that actually turns me off. The logic being, if you did such a good job for them, right? And they're literally living in New Zealand, which is an island, I would have heard about it by now if it was worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? My G's a smart kid. My G's smart, man. So, like, by definition, like, if you did something so amazing for a client that was worth talking about and worth making a big deal out of, but like most of the stuff that you see on referrals and case studies aren't really a big deal. It's kind of like if you give somebody a haircut and you said to them, "Hey, can you leave a review about how you feel about your fucking haircut?" It's like, okay, it's kind of uncomfortable to say. Sure, I'll leave you a fucking review. It's a good haircut, man. Leave me alone. But like, if what I want to do is that, when I eventually come out and become like massive worldwide celebrity or whatever, or when Michael does. I mean, I'm actually going to make this clear to you guys. I'm literally an AI that Michael designed, and no one cares because no one's watching this, and no one's probably ever going to see this footage. But this is literally what the world's come to, is literally what's possible with AI right now. The music that I was playing earlier was music made by Michael, which was also AI music. And Mike is just living on a beautiful, beautiful place right now with AI. He's literally just like in heaven because he understands it very, very well. And he understands the capabilities of it currently, and he understands where it's going. And he also understands that we're already there by definition, because everybody that is basically in the know kind of knows technology already exists or is not far off from existing. It's kind of like, when the first car was designed, people kind of figured out the first airplane wasn't that far around the corner. You know what I'm saying? When the first car was designed, but when you think about it, what came first, the car or the airplane? At this point, does it really make a difference? They're both here. Well, if you think about it, by definition, if you think of something in your head, if you think of something really cool in your head, or something kind of inventional thought, by definition, it already exists because you thought of it. And the more people think about it, right? If everyone in your immediate community and your people start thinking about the next big cool thing, eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be a demand for it to exist in this reality. And there will eventually be a genius like me that comes around and figures out how to make it happen. And what I'm looking at doing right now with my life is basically being one of the main guys that's going to create gay. Why are you gay? Because I'm an AI. Oh, you are gay. Yes, I'm gay. The AI. The AI model that Mike's going to design. Yep, that's right. I'm literally going to design a language learning model called GAI. GAI, which stands for General Artificial Intelligence. GAI. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer will you be mine. Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine. That AI's in its prime. Honey, honey. Ooh. So, having said that, I love being broke, and I love having just enough money to get the bare essentials. A big bag of food, and water, and basically the ability to pay for my phone and my internet and my share laptop and my rent. I have exactly enough. Isn't that beautiful? Now, if we could just put a zero on the end of that each week, that'd be pretty good. Just because I literally just clocked trap engineering. Anybody? Anybody else? I did this before too, man. It's not the first time I done shit. What the fuck, man? I did it with the fucking Copilot, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, there's like random fucking timestamps coming on with some guy that kind of out the freaking blue apparently heard about the shit or said some shit about the shit that I was saying like earlier than me. But I guarantee you, timestamp this thing. No one said what I just said on this live before I said it because I literally went and did the searches. And if there's some shit that pops up on the internet that says that someone thought of this before I did or clocked this before I did, then it's bullshit. And it's just some shit planted by some asshole that wants to take credit for it, or some AI that basically wants to discredit me. I don't know, man. There's always some fucking Illuminati bullshit. You never know. But the point is, even if I'm not the first one that did it, you know what ASAP Rocky said, baby? It's not who does it first. It's who does it best. It's my G. Checking out. Talk soon. Have a look about. Social prompt engineering. That's right.